Hi, I'm Costa Georgiadis and I'm here in the very heart of Sydney City in Australia, right in the middle of town. And I want to tell you a little bit about a project. It's called the Windmill project, and it represents everything that I'm up for because it's a pop-up. Look at it, right here in the heart of Sydney City, and we've got this little cottage garden popped up telling a story. But the big story is the windmill itself. And what it represents is an opportunity as a project to push people. Right here in the heart of town, there's been events, there's been workshops, there's been talks. This has been filled with people dining on local food and talking about the food system. There's been Shakespeare, there's been radio, there's been talks about growing food and talks about history. This is a pop-up about the native plants of the area, both indigenous edibles and habitat plants. So the project's also an opportunity to look at the indigenous history and the connection to the land and what it means to our indigenous people. Also, weeds. We talk about weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are plants. And this is a pop-up weed display. And we can learn that a little weed tucked in here into the corner of the pavement doesn't need to be sprayed. No, we can harvest it. Like a bit of dandelion, we can harvest it and eat it. And the minerals that come out of that, phenomenal. Bitter. I love a bit of bitterness. Good for the stomach. So we talk about health. And what about this? My favourite part. Have a look in here. This is the mother of all grains. It's spelt. It dates back perhaps 9,000 years, and from these very grains come the wheat that we eat today. 8 weeks ago, I planted these, two inches apart, and now we have a crop of wheat just like this. An opportunity to have a workshop, an opportunity to say to people as they come for lunch, as they come to a workshop, as they come for dinner, as they wander around after work, hey, this is the country coming to the city. This is city folk thinking about country folk. This is a grain which sustains us and is in almost all our meals, bought right here, and we can say, hey, our farmers plant this, and for 10 months they hang themselves out on the line, open to the forces of nature, and they could lose it all with one storm. It's our chance to talk about this grain, how it's being used and how it's not being used, where it's being overused as emulsifiers, stabilisers and thickeners, creating all sorts of allergies, all sorts of problems. Celiac, I could go on. But that grain is an opportunity because there we can talk about labelling. What's in your food? And this windmill, look at it as a structure. They were scattered along the waterfronts and through the valleys here because people milled wheat and grain, and that was the currency. So this whole pop-up project is a chance for people to get hands-on. They can come in to a space like this and think, wow, this is a working replica mill. But it's not just about this physical space. It's about this space. It's about pushing the thinking. It's about bringing an opportunity to talk about the big picture right here in the heart of town, connecting country and city. This is International Permaculture Day 2013. Let's blow the boundaries.